What's going on, Trader Gang? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's had a great weekend so far. Hope you guys had a profitable week last week. So we're going to be doing a market breakdown this morning on gold and S&P 500. So appreciate you guys popping on. Show some love in the chat if you guys are on. So of course, we're going to go through what we usually go through. I'm going to go through my trades that I took last week. We kind of had a red week last week, so I'm going to kind of break those down really quick. Then we'll check news, and then of course we'll do a breakdown of each pair. So let's get into it. Yeah? Let me just check something real quick. All right, y'all, we ready? All right, let me share my screen real quick. All right, so let's go through kind of this week of the trades that I took. So I started on Tuesday because I don't trade Mondays. So if you see here, basically how my strategy is, if you guys haven't watched me on my Instagram story, so I usually wait for the first 15 minutes of market open, and I mark up the high and low of that 15-minute candle. So it's you can kind of look at it as like a 15-minute orb. If you've seen it out there in the trading community, it's an order break. So basically, it's you wait for the 15 minutes to close. So basically, yeah, this was Tuesday. So yeah. So of course, if we go here, we go to 6:30. So 12, so 9:30. So this should be 12. Oh, it's a 15-minute. Yeah. So this was the first. This is Thursday. That's why. So all right, here's Tuesday. All right. So we'll go to the 15-minute. So I don't know when I click to a different time frame, it moves like that. So this is Thursday. Tuesday. Oh, there it is. Dang, you can't even see it. Okay. So this was Tuesday. So of course we marked up. So 9:30. So let me check. So yeah. So this should have been market open. So the market open was over here. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. So because this is like saying 12:30, super late. So because so anyways, I took this trade right here. So of course we wait for the first 15-minute candle to close. And if I'm not mistaken, it closed bullish. So, but the reason why I took this was because, of course, I saw this bearish candle right here, and I thought it was going to push down here to this previous low right here. This is an area of support, but it ended up pushing upwards, and of course, I got stopped out. So we took a loss there, and then Wednesday I took a trade. So same thing here. This would have been a 1-to-1, which if I look back at Wednesday was the 9th. So I did take a win on gold, but I ended up taking a trade on S&P 500, and I took a loss. So I basically lost this profit right here. So that was pretty much a wash. So I ended up taking a loss there. And then this was Thursday. So this was actually let's see, I think, yeah, this was the longest trade that I was in a long time. So I literally got in, like, literally right at a little after market open, and literally just held through the trade just because I thought it was going to continue to push down to these lows right here. But of course, it didn't do that. Ended up pushing up higher and ended up getting stopped out. So because I was in profit for a minute and then I wasn't. So then, and then Friday, I did end up getting into two trades, even though I said I wasn't going to trade for the rest of the week because I already had a losing week. So I ended up, this was like literally Asian session. So if you see here, I literally got in at 12:15 a.m., which was 9:15 at night. So I ended up ranging and then kept respecting this level of support 3 times pretty much. So I ended up closing this. So I was in a little bit of profit. I think I profited, let me see, that was Friday. So I profited like 150 bucks on here. And then this trade Friday morning, I ended up getting into a buy position. And then, but not only that, I actually got into a position here on S&P 500 and ended up getting stopped out. So of course, this is S&P 500 futures. So of course, one contract on here is 1250 per tick. So because it ended up pushing up on me, I ended up getting stopped out and I hit my daily stop loss. So because I did set a daily stop loss for myself. So I ended up hitting that and that was it for the day. So that put me at, just so you guys can see on my Tradeify. So as of right now, there is a thing called distance to drawdown. So you have to keep that in mind when you're trading certain brokers, because if you don't and you go past your distance to drawdown, you'll literally blow your account. So mine's at $812 from blowing the account. So of course I do have a little bit of wiggle room, but I'm down about 2,500, so or something like that, 2,100. So we have to slowly build this back up. So moving forward, I'm only going to be taking like a $250 risk per trade. So that'll give me 3 chances. So I have to really look for some A+ setups. So that's kind of where we are on my account currently. So, and we can see overall what gold did. So of course, gold followed the trend. So of course, if we go back to when we did our top-down analysis last week, so remember I said that the weekly was bullish, daily was consolidated, and the 4-hour was bullish. So if we kind of see how gold moved, we're still pushing to the upside. So because this was, yeah, so if you see here, this was literally the whole weekly candle. So we literally pushed down to about here. We pushed up, came back down, and then we closed at 33.64. So we closed right here. So we did break above this previous candle. So that does lead me to believe that we could continue to look for buys going forward this week. I personally don't think that it's going to come down here and test support again. So because if we look at the range of what gold is doing, I mean, it's making higher highs and higher lows. So we did come down here to this level. So, but we could easily push into this weekly high of 35.08. So I definitely think we can push further up. So let's take a look at news really quick though for next week. So this is July 13th to the 19th. So let's see, Monday. Looks like we're pretty good. We don't have anything for Monday. Tuesday, we have CPI, so pre-market. So definitely have to watch out for that. So again, we don't trade pre-market anyways, but again, we just have to see what that move looks like and react to it. So, and then Wednesday we have PPI, so pre-market again. So that's going to possibly affect the market here as we do have industrial production. FOMC member Hammock speaks. So this is at 6:15. So again, pre-market open. So we're not really going to worry about that too much. We'll just react to it. Thursday, we have unemployment claims pre-market again. So a lot of this news is all pre-market. So if we trade after pre-market, we can really either catch the reversal or the pullback or anything like that if it does decide to do that, or we can catch the continuation. So that's what we want to look for going forward. So not too much news other than pre-market this week, which is a good thing. So let's take a look at gold. Let's break it down. So I'm going to clear out all my indicator drawings. So we're going to do a quick top-down analysis. So first, we always start on the weekly. So based off of this, even though we did pull back a little bit a couple weeks ago, I think we're still going to continue to push up because, again, we're basing this off the overall trend. So we're basing this off the overall trend. So we're still bullish. So that's exactly what I'm going to put. Weekly bullish. And then we'll go down to the daily. Daily, to be honest with you, is still consolidated. So, because we have the box right here. So, you always like the box consolidations. So, this to me is a consolidation. Anything where it's kind of ranging here, going up, going down. We did have a push back up, but we had a push back down. Came back up, came back down, and then kind of just ranging. So, we need to basically break out of this box right here. We have to break above this. So we can go from candle or from wick to wick. So we need to either break out from here or break out above this to continue to go up. If price decides to break through this trend line, then that becomes a break of structure. So we could target these lows right here. So we just have to watch out for that. Or even then, because the trend is so strong, we could pull back to this area or this area here and then continue to pull back up. So, but as of right now, I'm going to put that the daily consolidated. I know it's both consolidated. Consolidated. Okay. All right, then we'll go down to the 4 hour. So the 4 hour. Let's take a look. So 4 hour, I'm going to say is bullish because of course we broke above these highs right here. So could we get a pullback? Yes, very, very possible. So but I'm going to say it's bullish. All right, so we have our breakdown. Or our top down. So top down analysis. Again, weekly bullish, daily consolidated, 4 hours bullish. So we usually want to see the two higher time frames in confluence with each other. So now we're going to go back to the weekly, and then let's mark up our key areas. So of course, we still have a key area at 3509 right now. So I'm going to do 3510 because that is a psychological number. Weekly high 3510. All right, there's that. And then, of course, we have a weekly low right here. So, and that's at 32.50. So I'll leave that just like that because that's another psychological level. So weekly low, 35.50. Sorry, 32.50. All right, 32.50. My bad. All right. So, and then we can mark up obviously another low here. So we have another low right here. So of course we had a area of resistance and support right here. So those can be in confluence with one another. So let's see, 31.26. Let's do 31.25.25. All right, and then we can do one more if it does decide to push lower. So again, we have these highs right here, and then this low. So support and resistance. So 29.71. We'll do 29.70. And then we'll leave that at that. So just keep our charts clean. So that's it. But like I said, I think we can continue to push up. So I'm going to be looking for buys this week. So that's really what I want to see. So of course, on the lower time frame, I like to look at the hour. So because we did break above this area right here, so we did have a slight rejection right here, a pullback. So that I think we could easily target this area right here. So around 34.10. So 34.10.3, I think that's an easy number to hit. And then what else? I think we can definitely target like another high right here at 34.42. So these are two areas I think we can definitely tap into for sure this week. And then of course hitting this high right here of 34.76 if we do continue to go up. So, and of course I take my entries on the 5-minute. So of course it's going to take a little bit to get up there. So of course we're consolidated right now. So I think first area that we're going to hit is of course here, so 33.81. So because we have to look for like areas of liquidity. So I mean, we do have some areas of liquidity here. I mean, we could target these lows right here first before going back up. So, but we just have to see. So I mean, just seeing this and this candle right here. I mean, once market opens, it could easily push up to here, and then we might have a pullback and then go back up. So these are some areas that we have to watch out for because this is the area of support, resistance right here, turn support, and then some other support areas as well. So we just got to see how the market's going to react. So we may see some sells first in the beginning of the week, but of course I feel like the market's going to overall have some bullish momentum. So that's it for gold. Let's go to S&P 500. So I was marking up the chart on S&P 500 minis. So of course I'm going to move to micros. So because it's a lot better for risk. So because again, I told you guys for this S&P 500 minis is $12.50 per tick. For this, it's only I think $2. So let me just see what it would be. Yeah, so one tick is only $1.25. So way better risk to reward, or way better risk management. So I'm not risking so much. So I'm going to break everything down on here. So I'm going to clear this out. So I mean, I can go here really quick just to show you guys. I took only 2 trades on S&P 500. So this one was on Thursday. So that one, actually Thursday, that one I actually took a loss on. So that one I think I took $93 loss on. So even though that was a profitable trade, I think I got out. And then of course here was the one where I got totally stopped out. So only 2 trades on there. So I'm going to clear this out as well. So, but we're going to do our breakdown on micros. So let's go to the weekly, see what we got. So S&P 500 actually hit an all-time high, to be honest. So we're going to mark everything up. So we'll do our top-down analysis really quick. So the weekly is definitely bullish. The daily is still bullish as well. And then the 4-hour, I still feel like we're bullish. So because we pulled down, pulled up, pulled down, pulled up, pulled down, pulled up again, broke this previous high right here, pulled back down to this area of support, and then pulled back up and then pulled back down. So I think we can definitely continue to push higher. So with that said, I'm going to put the weekly or the 4-hour as bullish as well. We're going to be bullish across the board. Okay. All right, so there's our top down. So again, I still think that we can look for buys. So because we did achieve an all-time high, I mean, who knows? We could see a big pullback, but we just have to kind of just see what's going to happen. Got to write it out. So usually, just on the weekly, seeing this doji right here, usually that could mean a reversal. So we could see a pullback here. So we just got to be mindful of that. So, but let's at least mark up the highs. So our weekly high is at 63.34.50. So I'm going to do 63.55.50. So that's that. And then we do have a low here. So I'm going to move this down. Yeah, that'll be one area. But yeah, this is going to be our weekly low. We'll do 62.20, 25. All right. And then this will be another low. So this is 59.49. So we'll do 49.50. 59.50. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Like I said, we could push down all the way to here. So let's see if that's what it does. So, and then we can go down on the daily. We can see kind of where we're at. So of course we're right here at this area right here. So I mean we could see a pullback for sure, but because of the momentum that we're in, the trend, we could continue to push up. So let's just go on the lower time frame a little bit. So we did have some movements of pushing up here. So we did end up breaking above this. So of course we pulled back at a pull back up. So we could pull back down to here easily. So let's see, an hour, 30 minutes. So yeah, could very well be. We could see some sells first. So because we did have a huge push down here, push back up, push down. We had equal highs right here. So we could definitely see a push down to these lows right here, this area of support or this area of support. So like I had marked up on gold, these are some areas that we could target for sure. So this area right here, this area of support as well. So and then of course these lows right here. These are some areas that we can definitely tap into. And then if we decide to go past the weekly low here, this will be another area right here. So which that could very well happen. We can definitely have a pullback down here. So because of course on the 5 minute, it's usually where we take our trades. So like I said, we could take out these all of this liquidity right here before it decides to go back up. So because we do have a lot of liquidity sitting up here as well. So we could take out all this right here, all these buyers, and then head back up. So because if we look right here, we have a level of support, which price could take all these out and then bounce off of it and go right back up, and then take out all this liquidity right here. So that's what could possibly happen. We try to see how it's going to play out. But to start out, I definitely see sells for S&P 500. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's a breakdown on gold and S&P 500. Appreciate you guys popping on. Again, if you guys have any questions regarding trading or my breakdown or anything, just put a comment down below. I'll definitely answer back to you. Please follow me on IG. You can follow my journey as well. Nikki at Nikki_pips. And you guys can follow my journey there. I post all my trades every day. And again, if you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me there or right here and just drop a comment. So if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. And hope you guys have a profitable trading week. And follow my journey again on Nikki_pips on IG. All right. Appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of the weekend. And let's get to these profits.